Hi guys, hope you're doing well. As you know, my book is coming in October, 1st October. It's a new love story, fiction love story. I should tell you more, but that's my style. I don't reveal much till the cover, everything like the pre-ordering starts, which will be sometime in the middle of August. But I thought as I'm coming up with a new book, I should share some things which I've never shared before. Not about the book, but some other things. कि एक किताब लिखी कैसे जाती है? How is a love story or a fiction novel as such? How is a story where the fiction is there, where the story is there? How is that get created? So I think I will tell you this in 9 reels. The first reel is a summary because there are 8 parts to a book. Eight, आठ हो गया दिखाओ भाई. And then you basically have to cover each of them in a some detail. तो इसलिए मैं आपके लिए उसके लिए और reels बनाऊंगा. But what are those 8 parts? Number 1 is plot. Plot is book का plot क्या है, हो क्या रहा है कहानी में, I'll tell you more about plot, like I said in the plot वाली reel. Number 2 is characters. What are the characters? Whether it's two states make Krish and Ananya, they are the main characters, but they are the soul of the story in a way. Again, I'll tell them in the characters all things. So stay tuned in. Number 3 is theme. In every book there must be a theme. भाई क्यों? What is there a deeper message in a book? Usually वो होना चाहिए, and themes can be very big also. Like life is unfair, love will finally win, or good wins over evil, something like that. It could be very broad, it could be very specific also. But again, we'll get into it later. Number 4 is the setting. Book kahan pe hai? Where is the story set? Like two states is set in Punjab, well, in Delhi and Chennai, right? So that became a very big part of that book. So yeah, number 5 is dialogue. Number 5 is dialogue. Dialogue is when people talk to each other, and this is where I think is my strength. I can capture dialogue, and that's also something I get criticized about the most. You know why? Because I because I basically have the ability to write dialogue as people talk, and people don't talk in a grammatically correct way. लोग हम ऐसे मिक्स होके इंग्लिश हिंदी में, I don't mix Hindi, but even when we talk English, we do a lot of things which are not grammatically correct. And of course my critics, they say कि इसको तो लिखना ही नहीं आता, इसको तो लिखना ही नहीं आता. I want to tell them I'm doing dialogue, and dialogue, my job is not to write proper English, then I'll be an English teacher. My job is to capture how people actually talk. So that's dialogue, very important. I'll make a separate reel for that. Number 6 is conflict. What is the key conflict in the book? Hero versus villain is the simplest ones. Like in a Ramayana, there is Ram versus Ravan, for example. That is a conflict in the story. So whether it's a mythology which has lasted through the ages, whether it's a modern story, again, giving example of two states, the conflict is the parents don't want them to get married. That's the conflict. Number 7 is point of view and voice, which is who is telling the story. जिंदगी में जो story बताता है ना, वो story कई बार बदल जाती है. And I do a lot of first person narration where all books of mine, apart from one book, which is One Indian Girl, which is in a girl's voice, but she's also the main hero of the story. And all the other books of mine, I have the main hero, the male hero, because I'm male, and I think I find it easiest. So उसकी वजह से फायदा भी होता है because you can tell the inner feelings of the hero, but नुकसान भी होता है because the hero has to be everywhere in the scene. Point of view, we'll talk about that later. And then emotional resonance, बुक में इमोशन नहीं होगा, रिलेटेबिलिटी नहीं होगी, तो why will people like it? There has to be something in it. My story should have something coming from your life. Again, we'll talk about it later. These were the 8 things, guys, and stay tuned for other parts of this how to write a book series, which I'll keep putting. Okay, take care.